What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So glad you decided to stop back by for yet another binge and snatch episode. And it's been a minute since we've had one of these, and this video is long overdue because I've been meaning to review this series for you guys. We are reviewing today the series Cruel Intentions, which is on Amazon Prime, and I must say I was not looking forward to watching this. Because from the trailers, I wasn't really impressed. I'm just like, you know, but I finally bit the bullet and decided to watch it. And I actually ended up liking it. I was really surprised. Now, was it as great as the original? Absolutely not. But Cruel Intentions is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I had to watch it just to see, make comparisons, see what they're working with, see their spin on this story. You know what I'm saying? It's a little overdue. I'm a little late for it. But better late than never. But before we jump into it, if you have not already, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and be a part of the Snatch and Slay gang. And don't forget to click that little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. Therefore, making it easier for you to come and binge and snatch on the regular, homie. Without further ado, if you would like to know how I achieve this look, let's go ahead and binge while we get snatched. Alright, so I got you guys zoomed in so you can see what I got going on. And we're going to go in with a total of like 3 different palettes today, okay? So first of all, let me just show you the reference picture that I have. This is fairly simple, but of course, you know, like I said, I just need that inspiration, that inspiration that can help me, like, lead and guide me in the direction I want to go for my eyeshadow. And I know I wanted to do a blue look for this particular video because this, like I said, this video is long overdue. This is my reference picture, if you can see it. So it's like this blue shimmer with a purpley, pinky transition. Super cute, right? So I'm going to be using my Midnight palette by Beauty Bay, and then I'll be hitting y'all with a different one since, you know, I always use the same ones, and it's only because that's what works best for me. But I'm going to be going with Ace Beauty. This is Nostalgia palette. Just give y'all a little preview of what's in here. Very pretty. And obviously we're going to be going in with some of these purples, burgundies, maybe even this pink right here. And then, of course, my trusty but dusty Jaclyn Hill palette. She never lets me down. Starting off with the Ace Beauty palette. So yeah, I was not expecting to like this series, Cruel Intentions. I really wasn't. When I watched the trailers, I watched the trailer like 2 or 3 times just to see if maybe I was missing something, you know, maybe, you know, something was amiss for me, but I just wasn't liking it. I wasn't feeling it. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, it did not pack the same punch as the original movie did. Like, just by the trailer, okay? So, I wasn't even really expecting to watch it. But I caved and ended up watching it anyway just because I've seen some other people reviewing it, and then I kept running across it on my Amazon Prime account, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet and watch it just to see I might actually end up liking it. And I did. So we're going to take this pink shade in the Ace Beauty palette, but it's called Picnic right here. It looks a little red in the camera, but it's actually like a hot pink. So I'm just going to take that and go right above the crease. So yeah, was not expecting to like this series at all. I was really just trying to humor myself to see if I'd actually like it if I watched it. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a sequel to the original, which I was pretty sure it wasn't, because that would actually have to be a movie if they were going to go that route. Obviously, once I started watching it, I gathered that it was definitely a, you know, remake. We're going in pretty heavy-handed with that pink just because I want it to be pow. You know what I'm saying? I really want a lot of pigment here. This might be my first time ever using this palette because it kind of looks untouched. Actually, the red in here, I guess I've used the red before, so. We have pigment, you guys. Alright, so I'm going to go on with like a clean brush and just blend out the harsh lines that we might have. And just blend it out towards the eyebrow. And like I do often, after I blend out the harsh lines, I usually go back in with more product. Just because when you blend it out, you kind of lose some of the pigment, so you kind of have to go back and forth. Something I liked about the show was, I liked the fact that they didn't use the same character names. It was just like replicated characters from the original movie. So just going down the line, you had Caroline, who was a replication of Catherine from the original. My thoughts on her are, she was just as ruthless as Catherine, but I just think she had more of an obsession with the replicated character of Sebastian, which was Lucian. I never really gathered that Catherine was ever obsessed with Sebastian in the original Cruel Intentions, but I just really feel like, because of the mere fact that, you know, he was recording his sexcapades with different girls he was sleeping with and then sending them to her, and she has it in this secret file, and she's literally watching them while she's, you know, having, you know, alone time with herself. I just really feel like that's an obsession, right? So I was thinking I'd jump into this Jaclyn Hill palette and go into Crazy, which I've used multiple times on my channel, and then I've never really used this one before. It's called Dance Party right here. It's got a little glitter in it though. I don't think it'd be a big deal. And I'm just going to take it right in the crease. Let's just see if that gives us the transition I'm looking for. And then Lucian, which was a replicated character of Sebastian, for me, when it came to the two, is that Lucian seemed to have a little bit more compassion in certain situations than Sebastian did. Because Sebastian was like ruthless at the beginning. Like, he did not give a shit. He just did not care about the replications or ramifications of what his actions were. Like, he didn't give a crap. With Lucian, I just feel like there's a scene where him and Caroline are in her room, and she's really upset about something to do with her mom, and he kind of consoles her in a way, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that Sebastian would never do, you know? And it was a bit of humanity on both sides, you know, for Caroline and Lucian. You know, first of all, for her to be showing emotion in general, and then him to be consoling her while she's showing that emotion is just something that we didn't really see much of in the original movie when it comes to Catherine and Sebastian. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to go in with a flat brush, and I think I'm going to lay down like a matte blue first, and then lay down this shimmer just so it can be nice and pigmented. So I'm going to go on with my Midnight palette, and I'm going to go on with Denim, I guess. Actually, I'm going to try Twilight out and see how that works. Denim might be a little bit too royal blue for me. Yeah, this is like perfect, I think. You see all this fallout right here? This is precisely why I do my eyes before I do my base. I cannot stress that enough. It's so worth doing. If you guys are base before the eyes, and you haven't tried that yet, I highly recommend it, okay? I'm not even going to hold you. And I'm just going back in with that crease and helping to blend those colors together. Alright, and I'm going to go back in with that same brush. And I'm going to hit the Shadow Queen. And I think I'm going to just use my finger. Shimmers usually work a lot better when you use your fingers a lot of the times. So Oh yeah. And you're just gonna take it up towards the crease too, just so it could be well blended out. That is super pretty. We're gonna come back to the eyes, but we're gonna leave that there for now. Alright, now we're gonna go in with our trusty primer. NYX the Face Glue Gripping Primer. I've been obsessed with this primer, y'all. Like, it literally, just watch, okay? I've been obsessed with this stuff. And it really, obviously, it's like shaped just like a glue, that's used in like elementary school, right? Looks like it too. I'm gonna blend it in. I kind of went in a little with a bit much, but it's okay. Definitely one of my best favorite primers that I've used in a long time. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Do you see that stickiness? Like, hello? I love that. That's what you want. That's what's gonna adhere to, it's gonna make your foundation adhere to your skin. That's what you want. So if you have not got on this primer, go run, get it. I'm being dramatic, but anyway, we're gonna go in with this foundation by Be Perfect Cosmetics, the Chroma Cover foundation in the shade C9. I've been also obsessed with this foundation as well. It's so thick. It is a matte finish. So then we also have a replicated character for Annette, who is Annie. Annie was a little bit more, I feel like she was a little less conservative than Annette was. Annette was a really goody two shoes, you know, not in a bad way though. She was just very reserved, right? At times she walked in the pool and Sebastian's like butt naked in the corner. Can you turn around so I can put, like, you know, that freaked her out, right? I just feel like the new age a version of Annette in this series is kind of, she's a little bit more out there. She's a little, not a wild child, but she was definitely not as reserved as Annette was in the original. Alright, y'all, we do have a new concealer that we're going to try out today. I've had it for a while, but I just haven't used it yet. So, and this is the Complexion Boost Concealer by SheGlam, aka Shein's makeup line. And I got it in the shade Golden. And it has this, like, one of these applicators here. And you kind of just... Alright, we're going to give it a whirl with our dampened blender here. Alright, y'all, so we got it all blended out. It does seem to have some really nice coverage. I will give it that. I don't see any creasing so far. And, you know, it did a good job at covering up my dark spots here. You know, it might be a little light, but I do tend to go lighter with my concealer just because I like a bright under eye. I like for things to be bright because it looks a lot better when you go in with everything else. But we'll see. Just trust the process. We'll see, because my face just looks a little lighter right now because of it. But we're about to go on for the rest of our products, and I'm sure it'll all tie together. So now I think I'm just gonna go in with my Pro Filter powder by Fenty Beauty in the shade Honey. And I'm just going to go in under the eyes here. And obviously we're just setting down the concealer we just put down, so it doesn't budge. I'm just going to go whisk it off. I normally don't let it sit like most people do, just because I just feel like it makes my face look ashy. So I just go right in and whisk it away. Another replicated character we had was Blaine, Sebastian's gay friend from the original. But his name was Blaze, I believe, the Asian guy. And a big difference between their characters is we didn't see Blaine as much in the original movie like we saw Blaze. Blaze was in a lot of scenes. He was doing what he was doing. His character was very much out in the open, seen a lot more than Blaine was in the original movie. So that was interesting. I think Blaine was in like 2 scenes, maybe 3 in the original. So yeah, and obviously you'd see if for them to incorporate that replicated character from the original, being that this is a series, I guess it makes sense for you to see him a lot more because it's not just a movie. So that makes sense. I'm gonna go on with some setting spray, the Morphe setting. What in Lord's name? Yeah, I just bought this and it doesn't have a sprayer. Like, it just has a cap and then, what the hell? So I guess we're not using that. We're gonna go in with this one, I guess, the Super Set Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray by Toy Factory. Wow. That's insane. Alright, y'all. I think I'm just gonna go on with this blush by Rim Beauty. I haven't used this in a while. In the shade Stars in the Sand. Gonna go on with my Hula Toasted bronzer by Benefit. This is an OG as well. And I'm just gonna go in and warm up the face. Got all this concealer and stuff going on, so we gotta add some depth back into the face here. Apologies, my battery died, so we're back in effect. So I got my highlighter on, and now we're gonna go back to the eyes. I think I'm gonna go in with some blue eyeliner. And we also have another replicated character I forgot to mention. Cecile, which is Cece in this version of Cruel Intentions. And she was just as nim-witted as Cecile, but a little smarter. She had a little bit more smarts to her than Cecile did. Because Cecile was just a blonde, nim-witted, naive girl. And Cece had a little bit more oomph to her than that, especially when it comes to like being book smart and stuff like that. And of course they had to bring back at least one original face from the original movie, right? So they brought back Sean Patrick Thomas, who played Ronald in the original film, and he also had like a little love connection with Cecile, which was also present with him and Cece. Yeah, I didn't really feel like they do it justice if they didn't bring back at least one original face. Alright, y'all, well, I'm waiting for my lashes to get tacky. I'm going to go on with some lip liner by Juvia's Place, Luxie Liner, Chocolate Latte shade. So one thing I will say, I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. I did not like the ending. I was not very fond of the ending. First of all, Cruel Intentions is one of my favorite 90s movies, and I remember the first time I ever watched it, the ending was just so satisfying for me, like, Annette had, like, exposed Catherine for, like, the truth of what happened with Sebastian from his diary, or journal, and when she's, like, riding down the road in his car with beautiful Bittersweet Symphony playing, it was just so satisfying to see her, you know, because she won. She got the upper hand. She's the shit. You know what I'm saying? It gives you, like, this satisfying feeling to see her going down the road, you know, after everything transpired. I didn't get that feeling with the ending of this one. They did like the same concept, but it was Lucian in the car, driving the same type of vehicle, and he's driving down the road, sunglasses on, beautiful, sweet, Bittersweet Symphony is playing again, and I just didn't have any kind of satisfactory feeling when I watched it, just because they just didn't do it like the original. It just wasn't satisfying for me. Like, I get where they were going. They're probably trying to pay homage to the original, but it just didn't hit for me. I was gonna go in with this Fenty liquid lipstick, but I think I'm just gonna go in with concealer in the middle. I'm gonna go in with the Pro Fix Stick concealer by NYX in this shade Neutral Tan. I'm just gonna go in the middle. Alright, y'all, went and popped on some lip gloss, my lashes, and we are good. This is the final look. But yes, I really did enjoy watching Cruel Intentions, the series on Amazon Prime. Was it as good as the original? Absolutely not. But it is still a good watch. So for those of you who like Cruel Intentions as much as I do the original movie, it's nice to like do like comparisons and see the replications of the characters that they replicated from the original movie. It's still a good watch. It's not gonna be as good as the original, but it was still worth watching. I will say that. I did want to like let y'all know who played who. I meant to do that while I was like doing each character. But Caroline, the replication of Catherine, was played by Sarah Catherine Hook. She, I first saw her on First Kill. It was a Netflix original series that never came back for it. Unfortunately, they didn't get it renewed for a second season, but that's where I first seen her on. She did a really good job playing a sinister character such as Caroline. The replication of Sebastian was Lucian, was played by Zach Burgess. I've never seen him on anything before. He did have this like, he's really hot, and he has this look that he does, like where he looks at you with his wide eyes, and I don't know, it's just something about him that's just so adorably sinister, good looking type of situation. I don't know. Those are the words I think about when I think about his character. The replication of Annette, Annie, was played by Savannah Lee Smith. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything before, but she did a good job playing the goody girl, even though she wasn't as conservative, as I said before, as Annette from the original, but she still did a really good job. The replication of Cecile, Cece, was played by Sarah Silva. Never seen her in anything else before. She did a good job playing the ditzy character, but also has some smarts about her. Really enjoyed watching her. And the replication of Blaze was played by John Harlan Kim. Never seen him on anything else either. The replication of Greg, who was like messing around with Blaine in the original, his name was Scott. He was played by Kobe Clark. Never seen him in anything else either. So a lot of these actors and actresses were new to me, but the only one I was familiar with was Sarah Catherine Hook, who played Caroline. So, and then of course they brought back Sean Patrick Thomas. He played Professor Hank Chadwick. I think overall it was a solid series. If you have not indulged in this series just yet, I highly recommend it. It's a good watch. I wouldn't have your expectations too high, thinking that it's going to be exactly like the original, because it's not. But thank you so much for watching another series of Binge and Snatch. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon in the next one.